placing the last piece of knuckle bling on Thanos' gauntlet on today's Nerdist news. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, guys. Excited for this. Folks, never let it be said that we here at Nerdist News aren't afraid to take a stand on the big issues of the MCU. A few weeks ago, Entertainment Weekly gave us our first real look at Thor Ragnarok, featuring the God of Thunder after a trip to superhero supercuts. And as our loyal viewers may remember, we used that as a jumping off point to make some pretty wild speculations about where not only that movie, but indeed the whole rest of the MCU was headed. We said Hela would be the one to rip the hammer from Thor's hands, and that the only way she would be able to do that is with the power of an Infinity Stone. Naturally, we had our critics. How could you derive all that from a single image of a short-haired Thor? They cried. They said we were bold. They said we were reckless. But after Monday's trailer drop, now all they can say is that we were 100% motherfucking correct.
Yes!
Let's just let that sit there for a little bit. Now, in case you already forgot, Ragnarok's first trailer featuring Hela catching Thor's Mjolnir fastball right before she grinds it to dust with a single hand, so just call us Scrooge McDuck, because we were right on the money, baby! At least about the Hela hammer thing. We're still not totally confirmed about her having the final Infinity Stone, but we think that the evidence is out there in the Ragnarok trailer and beyond, and we are gonna break that down for you right motherfucking now.
Yes!
I feel so good to be right. I'm like shaking. Okay. So before we begin, a little Infinity Stone refresher course may be in order. There are, of course, 6 Infinity Stones scattered throughout the MCU, and at the moment we know where all but one of them are. There's the Space Stone, aka the Tesseract, which now resides in Asgard, the Power Stone, which is in the custody of the Nova Corps, the Mind Stone, which, appropriately enough, powers the Vision's mind, the Time Stone, which is chilling safely in the Nexus Room of the Kamar Taj, and finally there's the Reality Stone, which we're assuming Howard the Duck is currently using as a drink coaster inside the Collector's Collection. All that leaves left to be found is the Soul Stone. So why do we think Hela has the Soul Stone, other than the fact that a gem with the power to collect souls is the perfect accessory for a goddess of death? Well, we don't think that she has it. Not yet, at least. The popular theory right now is that Heimdall, the stoic Rainbow Bridge toll collector played by Idris Elba, holds the Soul Stone, and we've seen clues suggesting as much ever since the very first Thor movie. Heimdall has glowing orange eyes, and orange, of course, is the color of the Soul Stone, and there's evidence that Infinity Stones act as cosmic color-changing contact lenses. In Guardians, when Ronan holds the purple Power Stone, his eyes glow purple as well. And if Heimdall's eyes are in fact linked to the Soul Stone, it would go a long way to explain his comment in Thor: The Dark World, when he says he can see the souls across all 9 realms. Plus, remember Thor's little vision bath in the middle of Age of Ultron? It's pretty safe to assume that the dark future he sees there is the one that will come to pass in Infinity Wars, the one that happens when Thanos gets his hands on all 6 Infinity Stones, a future that also just so happened to feature a blind Heimdall. So it seems like someone is gonna go full Father Caleb on the poor Asgardian before the events of Infinity Wars, probably to get at the Soul Stone hiding behind those sweet peepers. And in all likelihood, that someone is gonna be Hela in Ragnarok. As we pointed out in our trailer breakdown from Monday, she's able to wipe out all of Asgard in one giant orange-tinted explosion. An explosion very similar to the world-destroying power we've already seen the Infinity Stones exhibit in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it seems certain by this point in the movie she'll probably already have the stone. Also, check out this scene of Heimdall in action. He doesn't exactly appear to be winning this fight. If anything, this looks like it could be just a few moments before defeat, when an enemy would have the perfect opportunity to give him some unwanted eye surgery. Plus, as we also said in our breakdown, we're pretty sure Hela will be the stand-in for the character of Death in Infinity Wars, and if she possessed one of the Infinity Stones Thanos needed to complete his collection, that would be the perfect excuse to get her in on all of the Earth-destroying fun. If you also add in some of the comic book source material, there is an arc where Hela steals a weapon called the Twilight Sword with the express purpose of bringing about Ragnarok to Asgard. In that storyline, Thor is forced to defeat Hela to stop this from happening. We could easily see the Infinity Stone as a stand-in or incorporated into this weapon. We do get quite a few shots of Hela with the sword, including this slowed down shot of it literally growing out of her hand. So there you have it. One final Infinity Stone to be found before the MCU goes to Infinity War, and we're pretty sure we know exactly where it is and where it's going. And honestly, when have we ever been wrong before? I mean, about the Thor stuff. Maybe don't look at our video about who was definitely gonna play Cable in Deadpool 2. Just ignore that. But the Thor stuff, you can totally count on us for. But what do you Infinity Stoners think? Are we totally right about the location of the Soul Stone? Or are we putting the hammer way before the cart? Let's discuss. Have you ever wondered if Snoke is Anakin's brother?
Oh!
I have never thought about that, but I'm totally on board now. Dun dun dun. Dan is breaking down one of the craziest Supreme Leader theories yet on an all-new Dan Cave. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Nerdist news. If that turns out to be true, mind